If you are seeing this today, this is not random, it's not coincidence, and it's definitely not something you should ignore. March 24th carries a shift, an invisible but powerful turning point. And for those who are aware, it unlocks 4 unexpected miracles that can change everything. The question is, will you recognize them when they appear? Before we begin, take 1 second to like this video, subscribe, and in the comments write, "I am ready to receive my miracles." This isn't just engagement, it's intention. And intention activates transformation. Stay with me until the end, because what you're about to hear might explain why things have felt off lately and what's about to suddenly go right. There are certain days that come and go without leaving any real impact. Predictable, routine, and easy to forget. They blend into each other, forming a timeline that feels ordinary and unchanged. But every once in a while, a day arrives that carries something different, an invisible shift, a subtle but powerful turning point where your reality begins to rearrange itself behind the scenes. March 24th is one of those days. You may have already started to feel it, even if you couldn't quite explain it. A strange restlessness, a quiet sense that something is about to change. Maybe your thoughts have been more intense lately, or your emotions harder to ignore. Perhaps things haven't been going as planned. Delays, confusion, missed opportunities. It might feel like nothing is fully clicking into place. But what if that's not a sign that things are falling apart? What if it's a sign that things are about to come together? Because here's what most people don't realize. Before every major breakthrough, there is always a period of disruption. A moment where things feel uncertain, uncomfortable, even chaotic. Not because you're off track, but because you're being realigned. March 24th represents that exact turning point. It's like a door that's been stuck for weeks suddenly starting to open. At first, it creaks, it resists, it feels awkward. But once it moves, everything begins to shift. Energy that was once stagnant starts flowing again. Situations that felt frozen begin to change. And slowly, the path ahead starts to reveal itself. This is why some people feel uneasy right now. Growth doesn't always feel exciting in the beginning. It often feels like confusion. Old habits start to break down. Patterns that once felt normal no longer feel right. You may even feel disconnected from things that used to make sense. That's not a loss. That's transformation. Something in your life is loosening its grip. Something that no longer belongs in your future is starting to fade. And even if you don't fully understand it yet, this shift is creating space for something better. And that's exactly why you're here, reading this. Because this message isn't for everyone. It's for those who are standing on the edge of something new. Those who feel the shift but haven't fully stepped into it yet. Those who know, deep down, that something is changing, even if they can't see the full picture. On this day, 4 unexpected miracles begin to unfold. Not all at once. Not in obvious ways. Sometimes they appear quietly, as a thought you can't ignore, a conversation that feels meaningful, or a sudden realization that changes how you see everything. But here's the truth. Most people miss these moments. They're too distracted by what's going wrong, too focused on delays, doubts, and disappointments. They overlook the subtle signs that something is actually aligning in their favor. But now, you're different, because now you're aware. And awareness is powerful. It shifts how you see things. It allows you to recognize opportunities where others see nothing. It helps you understand that what feels like a delay might actually be preparation. March 24th is not about luck or coincidence. It's about alignment. It's about being mentally and emotionally ready to recognize what's already trying to enter your life. And as you continue, you're going to uncover exactly what those 4 miracles are. And more importantly, how to make sure you don't miss a single one of them. The first miracle that begins to unlock on March 24th is something incredibly powerful, yet often overlooked because of how simple it seems: clarity. But this isn't just ordinary understanding. This is a deep, internal shift, a sudden, almost undeniable sense of knowing that cuts through confusion like never before. It may happen quietly. You might wake up and feel different without any obvious reason. Lighter, more focused, more certain. Thoughts that once felt tangled begin to organize themselves. Questions that kept circling in your mind start to lose their grip, and decisions that once felt impossible suddenly feel obvious. That's the moment clarity arrives. And no, it's not random. Clarity is the foundation of every transformation. Without it, you stay stuck in hesitation. You overanalyze every move. You go back and forth, unsure of what to do next. But the moment clarity steps in, everything begins to accelerate. Your energy shifts. Your confidence builds. Your direction becomes visible. And here's what makes this miracle even more powerful. Clarity doesn't always come from the outside world. It doesn't always arrive through advice, validation, or someone else giving you answers. More often, it rises from within you. It's that sudden realization about a relationship you've been trying to justify. That quiet understanding of why something didn't work out. That inner voice telling you exactly what you need to do next, even if you've been ignoring it for a while. And when it hits, it's unmistakable. But here's the truth. Most people don't talk about. Clarity can feel uncomfortable at first, because it doesn't just show you what's right, it also exposes what's wrong. It reveals what you've been tolerating for too long. It highlights what you've been avoiding. It brings attention to the changes you know you need to make but haven't acted on yet. And that can feel intense. You might feel a mix of relief and resistance at the same time. Relief because things finally make sense. And resistance because now you can't unsee them. But this is exactly where the miracle lives. Because once you truly see something clearly, you can no longer stay trapped in confusion. You can't go back to pretending you don't know. And that's the moment everything begins to move forward. March 24th acts like a switch. It's like someone walks into a dark room and flips on the light. Suddenly, everything is visible. The obstacles, the opportunities, the path forward, things that once felt blocked start to open. Situations that felt complicated begin to simplify. And what once seemed uncertain becomes clear enough to take action on. But here's the most important part. You have to trust it. Many people receive clarity and then immediately question it. They second-guess themselves. They wait for more signs, more proof, more reassurance. And in doing so, they slow down the very progress they've been waiting for. Don't fall into that pattern. If something becomes clear to you on or around this day, don't ignore it. Don't overthink it. Acknowledge it. Write it down. Take action, even if it's just one small step in that direction. Because clarity is not just insight, it's guidance, it's movement, it's the beginning of everything changing. And this is only the first miracle. The second miracle that begins to unfold with this March 24th shift is one that has the power to change your direction almost instantly. an unexpected opportunity, not something you carefully planned, not something you spent months preparing for, but something that appears suddenly, almost out of nowhere, and quietly asks you one simple question: are you ready to move forward? Here's what makes this miracle so powerful and so easy to miss. It won't look the way you imagined it would. Most people expect opportunities to arrive perfectly packaged, clear, safe, obvious. They think opportunity should feel comfortable and certain right from the beginning. But real opportunities rarely work like that. In fact, the most life-changing ones usually arrive disguised as something small, uncertain, or slightly uncomfortable. It might be a conversation you didn't expect to have, a message from someone you haven't heard from in a long time, an idea that suddenly appears in your mind when you least expect it, or a situation that feels unfamiliar but strangely exciting at the same time. And this is where many people hesitate, because opportunity almost never comes with guarantees. It doesn't promise success. It doesn't eliminate fear. Instead, it asks you to take one step forward before you feel fully ready. It challenges you to trust your instinct instead of waiting for perfect conditions. And that's exactly what makes it powerful. March 24th brings a shift where doors begin to open, but not all at once. You may not see a wide, obvious path right away. Instead, you might notice a small opening, a possibility that didn't exist yesterday, a moment that feels different from the routine you've been stuck in. The real question is not whether the opportunity will appear. The real question is, will you recognize it when it does? Because this miracle is about seeing potential before it becomes obvious. It's about noticing what others overlook. It's about understanding that something small today can become something huge tomorrow. Every major success story begins the same way, with one small opportunity that someone decided not to ignore. On or around this day, you may receive something that feels random at first, an invitation, a suggestion, a sudden idea that refuses to leave your mind. Something inside you may say, "This feels important." Don't dismiss it. Don't assume it's too small to matter. What seems insignificant right now could be the first step toward a completely different path. And here's something incredibly important to remember. Opportunity doesn't always feel safe. It stretches you. It challenges your confidence. It pushes you out of your comfort zone and into unfamiliar territory. But that's exactly how growth happens. Growth never begins in comfort. It begins in courage. So if something unexpected appears around this time, something that sparks your curiosity, something that excites you even a little, something that makes you think, what if this leads somewhere? Take it seriously. Explore it. Pay attention to it. Follow it far enough to see where it goes. Because this is not coincidence. This is alignment in motion. And for those who are willing to act when opportunity whispers instead of waiting for it to shout, this second miracle can change everything. The third miracle that unfolds during this March 24th shift is one that many people don't expect, but deeply need: healing and release. It doesn't arrive with excitement or instant results. It doesn't always feel positive in the moment. In fact, it can feel heavy, emotional, and even confusing at first. But make no mistake, this is one of the most powerful shifts of all. Because before something new can fully enter your life, something old must be cleared away. And that's exactly what begins to happen here. Around this time, you may notice something unusual. Your thoughts drifting back to the past. Old memories resurfacing out of nowhere. Emotions you thought you had already moved on from suddenly making their presence known again. You might wonder, why is this coming up now? But this is not a setback. This is a reset. Your mind and heart are bringing unfinished emotions to the surface, not to overwhelm you, but to finally process them completely. These are the pieces that were left unresolved, the feelings that were pushed aside, the moments you didn't fully understand at the time. Now, you're ready. And yes, it can feel uncomfortable. Letting go always does, because releasing something means acknowledging it first. It means facing it honestly instead of avoiding it. And that requires strength. But this is where the miracle begins. Because the moment you allow yourself to release what no longer serves you, you create space. Real, powerful space. Space for better opportunities. Space for healthier relationships. Space for peace, clarity, and growth. This could be the moment you finally walk away from a situation that has been quietly draining your energy for far too long. The moment you stop holding onto something just because it's familiar. Or it could be something even deeper. Forgiveness. Not just forgiving someone else, but forgiving yourself for the choices you made when you didn't know better, for the times you stayed too long, trusted too quickly, or doubted yourself too much. Self-forgiveness is one of the most freeing experiences you can have, because often the heaviest burden you carry isn't what others did, it's what you've been holding against yourself. And when you release that, everything changes. On March 24th, this healing energy becomes stronger and more present. It gently but firmly pushes you to confront what you've been avoiding. Not to hurt you, not to reopen wounds, but to finally close them properly. The key here is simple, but not always easy. Don't resist it. If emotions come up, let them. If memories surface, observe them without judgment. If you feel the need to reflect, take that time, because pushing it away only keeps it alive beneath the surface. But allowing it, that's what sets you free. Feel it, acknowledge it, and then let it pass. And once you do, you'll begin to notice something incredible. A lightness you haven't felt in a while. A sense of calm replacing the inner tension. A clarity that makes everything ahead feel more possible. You become more open, more present, more ready. Ready for new experiences. Ready for better outcomes. Ready for what's coming next. Because healing isn't the end of something. It's the beginning of everything changing. The fourth and final miracle that emerges from this March 24th shift is the one that brings everything full circle. A powerful new beginning. After the clarity, after the unexpected opportunity, after the healing and release, comes renewal. This is where everything you've been experiencing starts to make sense. This is where things stop feeling stuck and begin to move forward in a real, visible, and undeniable way. You may notice it almost instantly, a sudden burst of motivation, a clear desire to take action, a quiet but strong feeling that you're ready to step into something new. And this time, it feels different, not forced, not rushed, not driven by pressure or fear, but aligned. Because now, you're not carrying the same confusion that once clouded your decisions. You're not weighed down by the same doubts or emotional heaviness that held you back before. You've released what needed to go. You've understood what needed to be seen. You've shifted. And when you shift internally, your external reality begins to shift with you. That's the power of this moment. But here's something important to understand. New beginnings don't always look dramatic at first. They don't always arrive with a big announcement or a sudden life-changing event. Sometimes they begin quietly, with a single decision, a decision to try again, even after disappointment, A decision to believe in yourself, even if you've doubted before. A decision to move forward, even if the past still tries to pull you back. And that decision, it changes everything. March 24th acts like a starting line, not an ending, but a beginning. A moment where you're given the clarity, energy, and opportunity to step into a new phase of your life, but this time from a place of strength and alignment. This isn't about starting over from scratch. This is about starting again, with wisdom. Because every challenge you faced, every delay you experienced, every lesson you struggled to understand, it was all shaping you for this exact moment. Nothing was wasted. Even the times you felt lost, you were being guided. Even when things didn't work out, you were being redirected. And now, you're standing at a point where everything begins to come together. So when you feel that internal push, that urge to begin something new, to take a different path, to step forward in a way you haven't before, don't ignore it. Don't wait for the perfect conditions. Don't tell yourself, maybe later. This is the moment. Take one step. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be forward. Because once you take that first step, something incredible happens. Momentum begins to build. One action leads to another. Confidence starts to grow. And before you know it, you're no longer thinking about moving forward. You're already doing it. And in that movement, you'll realize something powerful. You were never truly stuck. You were preparing, waiting for the moment when everything inside you aligned with everything ahead of you. And now, that moment is here. This isn't just a new beginning. This is your next chapter, ready to unfold. If this message found you today, take it seriously, because not everyone was meant to hear this right now. March 24th is more than just a date. It's a turning point. And the 4 miracles you've just discovered, they're already unfolding around you. The only question left is, will you notice them? And will you act? If you felt something shift while watching this, don't ignore it. That's your sign. Before you go, like this video, subscribe, and comment below, I accept my new beginning. Because when you declare it, you step into it. And trust this, what's coming next is even bigger than you expect.